Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the second part of our listing bootcamp. Tonight, we're going to be talking about how to connect with people. So we had our interview. The first night we had the interview about the intro and what it's all about. And tonight, we're going to be talking about step one, connecting. Right, the most important step is to be able to connect with people, break the ice. My name is Philip Simonetta. I'm the broker owner of Pier 21 Realty and the Florida Real Estate School by Pier 21 Realty. I'm the owner. And I have a couple of new agents with me, Kevin, Tanya, and Alicia. If you guys want to introduce yourselves real quick, just for the people who weren't here last time, just name who you are, where you're from, and what got you into real estate, guys. Kevin, go ahead.
My name's Kevin. I'm 22. I'm from Orlando, Florida, and I've been doing sales since I got out of high school, door-to-door, and telemarketing sales, and I actually got referred by a friend to get into real estate, and I saw you on YouTube doing the course, and here I am.
Awesome, man. Really glad to have you guys here, and a lot of great opportunities are coming your way as I train you guys through this. You know, being able to communicate, connect with people properly, and bring them in to deal with them and relate to them is a key. You know, once because you got to understand, sellers, people out there you're going to talk to, they're human, right? They're frustrated. They're trying to sell a house. They're counting on people. They're getting let down all the time. You know, people aren't coming through. They're promising things and things aren't getting done. It's a crazy world out there, especially in this business. And you're going to see the biggest thing we do is we're authentic. We say what we say we do, and we deliver results because the results are the key, right? So without the results, it doesn't matter, right? So Tanya, go ahead.
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Tanya Walker. I work the Central Florida market. I'm newly licensed, fairly newly licensed since January of this year, and I'm excited to continue to learn about real estate and apply.
Great. So glad to have you here. And Alicia, you made it. You made it by the bell. You got here just in time.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I made it just in time. I was rushing around running errands all day, so I lost track of time because it's been brighter out because the sun's going down later. But my name's Alicia Nieves. I've been working with Phil since September. I'm fairly newly licensed as well. I come from a background of counseling. I was a financial counselor for foreclosure prevention as well as debt management. And now I'm just kind of focusing full time on the real estate. And I do some side gigs as well to kind of maintain while I'm getting real estate started.
I'm going to get you going, man. We're going to keep going. Consistency. All right. So tonight, what we're going to talk about is connecting, right? You have the hottest lead possible on the other side of the phone, right? They had their house on the market. They either expired, they've been on the market 3-6 months, haven't sold. A lot of times agents disappear on them, or they save face. They don't know what to say to them. They don't communicate properly. People feel like they're left out there in the wind. Or you have canceled, right? People who are upset with the agent or not happy with their services, and they just cancel and the agent lets them out of the contract. That's the two major categories that we approach, right? Again, like we talked about in the first introduction, you'll see these ads on Facebook and these ads all over the place. Cold calling's dead. You never need to talk to people. Listen, 85% of my business is calling people I don't know, introducing myself, telling them who I am, what I do, why I'm the most logical solution they can have on earth. I show them what I do, and then I work with them and I sell their houses. That's what happens. And when these people realize you know what you're talking about, they latch on because you become friends with them. Every client I have becomes a friend. Matter of fact, earlier today, I got a phone call from a young woman. She called me up. It was one of the first properties I sold years ago down in Delray Beach. I haven't talked to her in a while. And it was so good to hear her voice, and her her husband. And it's been like I can't imagine. I don't even know the years. And they're going in about a year. They're going to be wanting to sell the house I sold them, and they're going to want to move into another place. And they called me up. They didn't even know I had my own brokerage now. They didn't know it was school. It's all changed since they last talked to me. So I sent them a bunch of videos, and they're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe But they called me because even back then they knew I got the job done for them. I mean, it was they were buyers, and we did it. We got it done. And now this is going to be a situation where I'll sell the house I sold them, and then find a house for them to buy. Right. That's going to be kind of how we do it. Right? And that's going to be interesting, right? And then hey, Frank just got here. Hey, Frank, you just want to take a second to introduce yourself, and we'll jump back in. Oh, I think you're muted. Hold on, you're muted there. Give me a second. There we go.
I've been a little behind.
That's all right, man. We got you. There you go. You made it just in time.
What did I miss?
We just started. Did a quick introduction, and I was just talking about someone that called me today, a past client, and we were just talking a little bit about that. Nothing crazy.
Okay, great.
So, but yeah, so Frank's actually a student with my school right now. He hasn't taken his exam. He's not an agent yet, but he's a physician, and he's looking to get into doing some real estate for himself, and not typically as an agent, but as more of an investor and more of a portfolio kind of side of the business, and working with me on some commercial things that I work on as well, like outside the box. So he's not going to be more of a like a typical real estate agent. It's going to be something that is a hobby and is a little more on an investment angle, if that makes any sense. So I invited him to join us because he's halfway through his course right now, and I thought it'd be cool to have him involved with us, talking and just joining in and just getting some of the training that we're doing. So let's get back to it. What we're going to do is we're here in the listing bootcamp, and the listing bootcamp is going to take you through the steps of setting the listing appointment. Okay, we're not going to go into, type in the contracts and things of that nature. We're just going to talk about how you start from no deals, and how you talk to a client, and you start, presenting yourself properly. You connect with them, you position properly, you inspire them to want to work with you, and then you start delivering those results. And that's what this listing bootcamp's about. It's about developing that lead into a client, right? Because the client is where it starts. Okay, if you can't get the client, there's no reason to know how to write a contract. There's no reason. You could be the best contract writer in the world, but if you can't get a client to write a contract for, what's the point, right? So at this point, what you got to do is, really focus on how do you connect with people and make them want to work with you. What do you bring to the table for people that, other people aren't bringing? So what happens is, what is our competition doing? The same leads we get are the same leads any real estate agent who pays for the service gets, right? So, they're getting 50, 100 calls, all these people, same thing. Hey, are you selling your house? Hey, when are you going to hire the right agent? Hey, can I get a minute of your time? Hey, I saw your house came off the market. Are you still wanting to sell it? They're getting all the same thing, right? So one of the things I did in my career when I started out, at zero, right? Just like you guys. Years and years ago, I came into this business and I started out with nothing. I wasn't a broker. I didn't have a school. I didn't have anything. I was just a guy, got my real estate license, and I thought, hey, let's have some fun with this, right? I had a couple bars and restaurants and different things, and that's I used to buy and flip and sell prior to becoming this. And I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give it a shot. And I did, right? So the first thing you got to do is they'll tell you scripts, and they'll try to sell you scripts. And then some people will tell you cold calling's dead. You can run ads and funnels on YouTube and all this stuff. And I mean, listen, if you got people running ads and they're going into funnels and coming in to see you, and they have no idea who you are, what are you going to do? And let me just ask one of you a question. So, Kevin, you're brand new, right? You have sales experience. You're brand new. You got your real estate license. You're now working with me. What would you say to somebody if you're calling somebody up on the phone? It's not that you don't want to be able to sell and get them as a client, but how would you approach them? Where would you start? Like, if you're calling a stranger who had their house on the market yesterday, it expired at midnight after being on the market for 6 months. Their agent didn't call them. They got frustrated. Maybe they had 2 showings. Things didn't get done. So that's the there's animosity, right?
Yeah.
So how would being new, where would you start?
Well, first I would try not to come off too abrupt. Definitely just introduce myself in a subtle way, but let him know that, that we're what we do is different compared to other people. And of course, their first instinct is always going to be defensive. Oh no, I don't want to hear that. No. So probably just I always just stay calm and composed and introduce myself. And if he gives me the time of day, like you say many times, I promise it'll be worth it.
And the way it works is, if you just call 1 hour a day, every day of the month, you're going to get at least one deal, just out of luck, right? Out of luck. And if you're getting your one deal, right, just out of luck, and that one deal average is a $400,000 house, an average commission amount is like $8,000. So just one deal out of luck is $8,000 average, right? So I'm just using numbers there, but let me explain to you. When you're talking to people, you have to have a presentation, right? They got to know who you are. And that's what they teach you in this industry. But the presentations are all the same. It's the same questions. Where were you going to move if you sold your house? Where were you going to go? What was your plan? How soon do you need to be there, right? It's all those same script questions. So after 20 years of being in this business, I created something, I call them talking points. They're talking points. It's something to grab somebody's attention, very quickly break the ice with them, connect with them on a level where you have things in common, and then you inspire them through what you are and who you work with. You're able to lean on me as a broker, right? As my experience, as my broker partner, right? So in the talking points, the talking points here, I don't share these publicly. So I have a sheet here. It's about 5-6 pages. It's about how to create a listing appointment from beginning to end. And then I have talking points, okay? Now, these talking points are 5 pages of, things that you're going to be talking to people about, item by item. And you just slowly walk them through to an appointment, right? And the way these work, okay, is the first thing you need to do is you have to break the ice to connect with them. And you have about 10 or 15 seconds to do that, right? You only got about 10. Somebody's going to pick up the phone. I'm busy. Leave me alone. Look, I hate when people call me. I don't even answer the phone when it's a number I don't know. My personal cell phone, not many people have it. And if their name's not programmed in it, I don't answer it, right? I get a million calls. I have a phone for real estate. I have a phone for consulting business. I have a phone for pizza business. I have a phone, for just other things. So on my personal phone, if I get a number and it's not a name in there, I don't even care. My voicemail is full. I don't want to know them. Text me, whatever you want to do. Because when I'm doing my personal time, I don't want to deal with that, right? So I created these talking points after 20 years of being in this business, because it's the points of what people care about. They don't want you to ask them where they're going to move to. Why do you think the home didn't sell? When you're going to hire the right agent? Every person calling them saying the same stuff, just in a little bit different terms. So when I created this, I used an analogy for you guys. Okay. And I use the actors. Everybody know who Johnny Depp is?
Mm-hmm.
You guys all know who Johnny Depp is, right? Well, Johnny Depp, when he's natural being Johnny Depp, he's drunk somewhere in some bar in England, right? Fighting with Amber Heard, right? They're in an argument. So Johnny Depp's being Johnny Depp. He's just being Johnny Depp. But when Johnny Depp has his talking points and his scripts from Disney, when he could be a pirate, like in Pirates of the Caribbean, he makes $300 million for Disney, right? When he has his talking points in his script for Edward Scissorhands, he makes a couple $100 million for the creators of Edward Scissorhands, right? But when he's back to being Johnny Depp, he ends up in a courtroom fighting the girl, right?
Making $0.
It cost him money, right? He had lawyers. They cost money, right? Right? So the point I'm trying to make to you is I designed this because this is what I needed when I first got into this business. When I first got into this business, no one helped me. I had to figure it out on my own. I took 6 months of my time and I went to the board, the real estate board, every day for 4 or 5 hours and took classes. They didn't have classes online like you guys take now. I had to drive. It was on 26th Street in Fort Lauderdale, Northeast 26th Street. And I used to drive over there, and there was a calendar online, and you register for the classes. And the thing was, I was being taught by people that didn't know how to do it themselves, but I was learning the outline. Like they had an outline, and they would teach just like you're teaching a class. But I would ask them, "How many deals have you closed?" "None. I've worked here for 5 years. I never worked for a broker." I'm like, "Okay, well, why are you teaching me how to sell houses then if you didn't know how to sell a house?" Right? I'm thinking to myself, "Wow, right? Interesting." Right? So I went there to learn the systems, to learn Matrix, to learn how to list property online, how to put the photos up, how to write contracts, how to use Transaction Desk. I went there. It took me 6 months, almost every day, going to classes, teaching myself. And the reason that happened was, I got my license. I had a relationship with someone who I opened a restaurant bar for, and his wife owned the brokerage. And I went to go work. I was going to go work for them, but then they changed the agreement with me once I had my license. So I said, screw it. That was my first taste. Then I went to another brokerage, and the guy didn't show up to interview me twice. Then I ended up at a big brokerage, closed one deal. I realized it was a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of politics. I'm not that kind of guy. So I got in there, and during that time is when I went every day, 6 months to the board. And I was learning everything while I was, putting a deal together. Got my first deal done. I made 11 grand on my first deal. And I knew right there that, this is something, now I had a cigar bar at that time. I had other restaurants. I had a bar with my brothers, which I still have. So it's not like I didn't have money, but I saw the whole, 11 grand real quick there. Right. And, so I went at that point and I started my own group of agents. I figured if these people can do it and not know anything, I know more than them already. And I started my own group of agents, started training them, and started doing a lot of deals. Put an office in Miami, had an office in Fort Lauderdale, and it just took off from there. So during that time, I created these talking points. And tonight we're going to go over the first part, which is breaking the ice and connecting with people. Okay. Now, when you deal with people, we're all in different industries, right? We all come from different industries. Atanya, you're in education. Frank, you're in medical. Kevin, you're in sales, right? Marketing and sales. Alicia, you were in like counseling, right? You were doing like debt counseling and things like that with the foreclosure stuff. Yep. And so we all come from different things. I owned restaurants and bars, nightclubs. I was in real estate before I was a realtor because I used to buy, sell, and flip. There was all kinds of things. I was in finance. I did a lot of things. I owned sandwich shops in Philly, pizza shops. So I grew up in business. I was a financial planner out of college. I had a job financial planning, Series 7, Series 63. So I went from that into real estate, right? So it's funny how life goes. So one thing I learned at a very young age is with people just want to feel good, right? People want to have the center of attention, right? They want to have their 15 minutes of fame. They want to be happy, right? They want to be around people who are like them. They don't want negativity in their life, right? And a lot of things in life, there's a chart that I use here. And this is something that I learned, I study a lot of metaphysics and a lot of things that, the Napoleon Hill, the 16 lessons, things like that. My life is based on that, of the principles of business and Napoleon Hill since I was a kid. This is something I came across a long time ago. And as people, to connect with other people, we have what we know, right? So I get up in the morning and I look in the mirror. Hey, that's Phil. Yeah, that's Phil, right? I know my name's Phil. I know that. Now, we also have things that we know that we don't know, right? I know there's a thing called rocket science, right? There's rocket scientists. And I know what rocket scientists do. Like, Elon Musk, they catch missiles out of the air, right? The things out of the air and they bring them down, right? So that's rocket science. I know I can't figure that out, right? I cannot. There's no way I can figure out rocket science, right? But there's a lot of things I don't even know that I don't know. And all of us are like that, right? No matter how successful we are, no matter how much money we have, no matter how many businesses we have, there's something going on right now on the other side of the world that I have no idea about. There's something going on with a client of mine that I have no idea about. There's, you know what I mean? So all we know in life is what we know and what we don't know. And we think all this time in life, what we got to do is learn what we don't know. right? So if we have what we know and we learn what we don't know, we're going to be okay. But 3/4 of life is stuff that's going on that we don't even know we don't know about it. Does that make sense? So people are always looking for completeness or to be whole or to be happy, right? Pursuit of happiness. So I base everything I do off communication with people, because business comes from people, money comes from people, deals come from people. It all comes from communication with people. You know, my uncle used to say, the only business you can have and not deal with people and care about people is a bar. Because you could be a total idiot and own a bar, people are still going to come drink. You can have a restaurant, you can have a bar, because they're going to still come to the bar and drink. You could be an idiot, people won't like it. You can have a bar. That's the only business. Everything else, the profit from your business comes from people. So if people like you, they'll pay you more money for something than the guy right down the street if they like you. And I learned that at a very young age. Does that make sense to you guys? Everybody get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Any feedback? Like, do you agree? Like, it's all about people. It's all about delivering results and communication. Because if somebody likes you and they think you're competent, they're going to deal with you. It doesn't matter if it's real estate. It doesn't matter if it's restaurant. It doesn't matter if you're selling a car. If people like you and they trust you and they think you're a capable person, they're going to give you a shot, right?
And it happens quick too on those phones.
You see the calls, right? You see the videos that I've done,
Yeah,
right?
they happen quick.
They don't know me
in
from
like 5
anything,
minutes.
and then it's because it has to,
Yeah.
right? You guys got to make it happen, right? It's got to happen, right? If you don't make it happen, you're nowhere, right? So the key of this is you have 15-20 seconds to break the ice and get their attention, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when you call somebody, Kevin, very quickly, right? You either get their attention or they hang up, right? There's no thinking about it, right?
Mm-mm.
It's very quick.
Be
Are they
ready.
going to give you their time or are they not, right? So what are some of the things you do right now to get their attention to stay with you? Like, what are some of the things you say? I'm just curious.
Well, I'm in a different situation because they're transfers. So
Oh, they're okay.
so
Okay,
they're
so
inbound transfers.
they're being transferred in.
Yes, but they're still cold leads because most of the time they don't know why they were transferred. So
Oh,
like
that's interesting.
what I do is when you buy a hotel, after they
interesting.
buy it, they would transfer them, and most of the time they don't tell them. So, I'll just
That's it. That's interesting.
introduce myself, say who do I have the
So that's
pleasure
even
of speaking
harder
with.
because they're like, who are you? What are you here for?
Oh, all the time. And sometimes people are like, "Oh, I just called because they charged me twice for my room." I hope I'm speaking to the hotel because
Oh wow.
if not, and
So it's kind of
here-
like a bait and
here
switch
I
kind
am.
of thing because you're just getting here I am. What a free
No,
trip.
it's fun though. It's fun though. It's fun though. It's fun though. I enjoy it.
This is going to be fun. Okay, so interesting.
I took
So now,
something
for
from you
example,
too. I took something from you because I seen on a call
Mhm.
where you state your name. So sometimes when they're confused, what I've been trying recently is if they're confused, I'll say, "Well, no worries, it happens all the time. Just to clear the confusion, my name's Kevin Reyna. I'm a representative here with the benefits department and the reason they sent you. And then that's it. I'll just jump into
Yeah.
my pitch like that.
but you
Just
have their
that
ear,
little bridge
yeah,
calms them
you
down
have their
a little
ear
bit.
a little bit though because they're wanting something. They're like, why am I here? They want to know.
They
Right?
know I'm
So
human.
you
They know
got
it's a
them.
heartbeat.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's-
Yeah, you're not a computer.
As a
Right.
heartbeat, yeah.
Right. All right. So here's the situation. Here's who we're calling. Okay, our client. I'm gonna give you who our client is. Okay. So the goal of our communication when we're calling people is we're going to take the leads from our platform. We use something called Land Voice, right? And our leads that we're calling, they go back a year to 2 years. But we start with the ones from today. And what that means is the ones from today, they were on the market yesterday.
Wow.
That means they were on the market yesterday. They came off at midnight last night. Okay. And the ones we call are the expired listings. And what an expired listing is someone who's been under contract for 3 or 6 months or maybe longer. and the contract expired, and now they're off the market. So they were on the market for a good amount of time, had a problem, didn't sell. Could be an agent problem, could be a marketing problem, could be a communication problem, could be the house was priced way too high. Could be a lot of things, right? Because a lot of agents today will take a house and price it too high just to appease them to get a listing. And I never understood that, because getting a listing does nothing. Getting a closing gets something. So you don't want to collect listings. We can go out there and charge, put a listing at 100,000 too high and get 100 of them, but you're not going to sell them, right? So you want to get a listing, but you want to get the right client and the right listing. Now, think about this. They were on the market. They're frustrated. Maybe their agent didn't call them. Maybe they didn't get offers. Maybe they didn't have many showings. Maybe it wasn't handled properly. Maybe they didn't lower the price. A lot of animosity. Like, a lot of people don't like agents, right? 74% of agents closed no deals last year. That didn't mean they didn't list property. That didn't mean they weren't working with buyers. That just means they didn't get deals closed. That means there's a lot of upset listings and a lot of upset buyers because they didn't get the job done for them. There was no results, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's the people we're calling. The ones that expired and also the ones that canceled. Canceled is somebody who's under contract and they said to the agent, look, I'm not happy with your service. You're not upholding your end. I want you to cancel it. And the agent has the option. They don't have to cancel it. They can withdraw it. So if they have a contract for 6 months with somebody and they withdraw it, they still own the contract. They can't list it with nobody else. So when you see withdrawns, we don't even call them because we can't. They're under contract. It's unethical.
That's so mean.
So listen, when you,
so
that's
mean.
the thing. No, it's a contract. It's business. When you sign a contract with somebody, people don't realize how important that contract is. I have a woman right now that May 6th, she has a house in St. Augustine, $600,000. She signed a 6-month contract. The agent would not let her out of the contract. They wouldn't let her out of it. So May 7th, I can list her house. May 7th. And I'm going to. She called me. I didn't call her. She called me. And that's what it is. Now I told her, I said, look, ma'am, you're here. She called them. They told her, no, we're not letting you out. I said, look, there's nothing else I can do. I can't do anything till May 7th. It's unethical for me to overstep a contract. I can't do that. The only reason I talked to her is because she called me. Go ahead.
Since everyone we're calling, they're just fresh out of a bad situation. I'm sure you probably get this a lot. What if they tell you, oh, well, what do you guys do different?
Well, first of all, Kevin, listen, I own a real estate school and a real estate brokerage. I'm licensed in Florida, North Carolina, Tennessee, and I'll have New Jersey and Pennsylvania within a month and a half. Okay? My son, now, I say that, right?
Yeah, what about our perspective?
You say, listen, Kevin, we have a real estate school and brokerage. We actually teach the classes to educate the public to get the real estate license.
Okay.
In addition, we teach agents who are licensed for 2 years to become brokers. We teach that course too. And along with that, we teach the post-education when you get your license that you need to take within your first renewal. And we teach the continuing education you need every 2 years. So we're licensed and certified with the Florida Real Estate Commission to teach the courses to certify people. Secondly, we're a real estate brokerage. My broker partner, Philip, is in North Carolina, Tennessee, and Florida. We have agents throughout the state of Florida, and he works with us on every deal we do. So if we work together, you, Phil, and I are going to, we'll meet on Zoom, we'll go over everything, and we're all going to work together. You get to work with him, you get to work with me, and you have 2 people working on the deal with you to get your deal closed. Does that sound good?
Yes.
All right. Now, I'd love, I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you're really, really busy. I noticed your house was on the market, and I noticed it came off the market. I never seen it go on when it first went on, though. I get notified when things come off, and I'm looking at your house. Your house is beautiful. What happened? Why do you think it didn't sell?
Oh, it just, I don't know, Phil. I don't have that answer. I don't know. I thought I was going to sell.
Yeah, I get it. The market has shifted tremendously. Let me explain to you what we do here at Pier 21 Realty. It's a lot different. Let me explain this to you. Okay, so most agents, they do something called the 3 Ps. You ever hear of that? You know what that is?
No.
Okay. They put it in the MLS. they put a sign in the yard, and then they pray to God somebody comes and buys it.
I pray
in
too.
your case, yeah, I know. And in your case, no one came and get it, right? No one. Did you have showings? Did you have a lot of people come through?
A couple.
Yeah. Any
Not
feedback?
much.
Did they tell you? Did they give you any feedback or?
No, we just didn't get the price I wanted.
Yeah.
That's why
that
I'm
makes
curious.
sense.
Like, how would you guys
What I
market
do
it
different?
differently?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you. So the first thing we do, okay, we're in 3 different MLS platforms. Most agents are in 1. So when we list your property, we put you in all 3 MLSs. Now, what that does is it gets it in front of about 90% of the agents in Florida. Now, on top of that, I do something called a reverse search. This is an expense for me. This is an expense for us. I say me, you say us, right? This is an expense. This is an expense for us. Now, what we do is we actually, in the MLS, when we put you in, anybody who has an active search through an agent or anybody who put a search together through a website that's linked to the MLS, if they have a search in for a house that your house fits the criteria, they will get an email the morning after we go live listed saying, hey, this house came on the market. It's something you like. Want to take a look at it? So the day after you go on the market, anybody who's interested in a house similar to yours could be searching from Tallahassee or Miami. In any MLS we're in, they're going to get it. Okay, that's the
Just
first
if
thing.
they searched up something in the past?
If they searched it and saved the search, they get updates.
Wow,
saved
that's
it,
crazy.
It's called a reverse
And
search.
most buyer agents probably
Right.
save their searches, right?
And what I do on Zoom is I show them a reverse search for one property, and there's like 30,000 hits on it just for me.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right? I show them, right?
I have to write that down.
Right?
Good.
Well, you don't have to write it down. It's here, bro.
Is it in here? Okay.
Well, you better believe it. You
All
better
right.
believe it, man. I'm telling you, Johnny Depp, 300 million, bro. Your money's right here.
Johnny Depp, man.
Your money's right here. You got to memorize this like your favorite song, man. I'm telling you, your favorite song makes you no money. So now wait, we're going to keep going. Now we also list your property internationally. Okay, we list your property in 140 countries in 18 different languages. So what happens is, just like we have Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, there's other countries that have their own websites for properties in the United States, and we're going to go on them, and it's going to be in their language. And when they want to see your property or talk about it, they're going to come to us directly. That means we don't have to deal with another agent. We act as a transaction broker, and we handle the whole deal. You want to know what's great about that?
It sounds great, but yeah.
What's great about it is it saves you money, because if I bring the buyer, I reduce your commission by 1% because I'm going to handle the whole deal and not have to deal with another agent. So your commission is going to be 1% less if I can handle the whole thing. And that happens on 2/3 of my deals.
Can you explain that a little more?
Sure. So the way commissions work is, with the new NAR lawsuit and that whole system, and then I'll go into all the details about that. Like I'm not going to do that right now, but I'll go into all the details about that with them. And then I explain to them, there's a commission I'm going to negotiate with you to pay me, and then you're going to decide if you want to pay a buyer broker, and I'll recommend you pay a buyer broker X, and you're going to pay me Y. Okay. So now, as the listing agent, you're going to pay me Y, and I'm going to go over all the services I do for you. So I get Y, and then you decide to pay X to that broker. Now let's say you pay X to the buyer broker and Y to me. Let's say I bring the buyer, you're going to pay the Y to me, but whatever X was is going to be reduced by 1%. So if I'm selling a $600,000 house for you, it's going to save you $6,000 if I bring the buyer. I'm going to reduce it by 1%. How does that sound?
Will you get a bigger commission?
That's the best part. I make a little bit more and you pay a little bit less. Because if you're going to pay me Y and you were going to pay them X, you're still going to pay me Y. But you're going to pay me X minus 1.
Money.
So I'm going to make a little more, and you're going to save a little more because we're not going to pay another guy or a girl.
Yeah, you're helping the seller.
I win, you win. We're all happy. We get a deal done.
It's kind of like you work
sound?
from him on both sides as a transaction brokerage.
My goal is to bring a buyer to every one of my listings. I don't want to deal with other agents.
A lot of people don't do that. I don't know anyone who does that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't make money. but that's the whole thing. In this business, my business model is a true broker. These people today, the brokers out there today, they're just bringing agents in, collecting fees. You know, they're making money off the agents. They're not finding buyers. They're putting on the market and they're praying, man. They're doing that third P. Please, somebody come sell the house. My goal is to bring the buyer and do the whole deal myself. I actually advertise my listings to buyers directly through social media, through websites,
Wow.
through paid advertisements. They click the ad, they're going to see us for 3 weeks through retargeting, all different things, videos and things, right? That's how you build that, and that's what I tell the client. That, like, if you're a seller, that's what we do. How does that sound? I mean, especially in today's market, you got to understand the people who are buying in Florida aren't in Florida; they're coming to Florida, right? The people from outside Florida are coming in.
But we
The people
promote it
who are
in 140
in
plus
Florida,
countries.
140 countries,
140.
18 different languages.
Yep.
And then what happens is the people coming to Florida are buying. The people in Florida, they got a 2, 3, 4% mortgage. You're not going anywhere. Even if they downside, their payment's going to go up $1,500. They're staying where they are because of the way the world is, right?
Yeah. I don't blame them.
So our market is somebody coming from New Jersey, somebody coming from another country, somebody coming from Chicago, and we got to advertise there, not just here, not just on Zillow, not just on Truly. And we got to get to people. How do we do that? My broker partner, Phil, has millions of views on YouTube with all his videos. We advertise those videos in different areas for buyers. And when they see him, they say, wow, I need that guy to help me. Matter of fact, I have a voicemail. You want to hear a voicemail that I got today? I'm going to play a voicemail for you. And they set up a Zoom call tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I haven't talked to them. I'm going to play this voicemail. This is an example from one of my videos. It's somebody from Miami that her and her husband needs to buy a house. It's so funny.
In Florida?
It just happened today in Florida. And they saw
nice.
my
There you
video.
go.
They saw my video in Miami and they called me. I'm going to play a voice. I just got it this afternoon. They set up a Zoom call for 1 p.m. tomorrow, and it's already set up. And I sent them an email. Hey, I'm looking forward to talking to you. Boom. Yeah, we're looking forward to talking to you too. I'll see them tomorrow at 1.
Simple. Yeah.
Never talked to them. Never. All from a video, from advertisement. Watch. Let me play this for you. And this is how you connect. I break the ice and I connect with people through videos I've done with other people, and I use them as marketing. And that's what you're going to do. When you call and you connect with people and you break the ice, you're going to send my videos. Hey, this is my broker partner. Hey, this is this. Hey, this is
who you'll work with as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you the beginning stages of that as we're going here. Is this helping you guys the way we're going through this? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
Let me find the I got to find the voicemail first. Hold on. I think this is the one. Voicemail. I think this is the one. Nope, not that one. Give me a second. I got a bunch of them. Not that one. Here it is right here, I think. Nope, that's another real estate agent. It's this one.
Contact Lloyd.
All right, listen.
Hi, my name is Sarah Arcata. I was calling to get in contact with Philip. I saw him on some videos online. My
Can you hear that?
husband and I are looking to buy right now in Florida. If we could set up a time to chat through what the situation was. Really liked some of your videos and what you had to say. My phone number is 714-317-2868. You can also let me know. I see on the website here it says click to schedule a Zoom call. That's better. Again, phone number is 714-317-2868. We are based in Miami now, but looking to move out of Miami and purchase before the next school year starts. We have a 5-year-old son. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So you have, right? So before I can even call her back, the Zoom call was set up. She set a Zoom call up before I can even call her back. So on my calendar, I have a Zoom call for tomorrow morning, for tomorrow at 1 o'clock with that person. So that there is already pre-sold. They see who I am. They know who I am. I connected. I positioned. I inspired her enough to call me and set up a Zoom call without even speaking to her. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
And all I do is use these talking points. And I just re-emphasize them in my videos. Even when I'm on videos with Todd, I stick to my principles, to who I am, what I do, why I'm the logical choice. And then that's what you guys got to do. Why are we the logical choice? Because it's not I, it's we. Because you're leaning on me as your partner and broker. Right?
So what if you have a listing? Like you have a bunch of listings up and then you get a buyer like that, and one of your listings just happened to match what she's looking for. Does it happen quick like that?
That's the goal.
Has that ever happened to you where it's like
it does
quick?
happen. It does.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely that happens. But the first thing I do with a buyer is I pull up everyone that has an assumable mortgage and show them.
Yeah, I was thinking something like that so that I don't have to do the
Right? Everyone. Now, look, I mean, I don't want to get into that now. I can show you guys how I do it, but I don't want to get off too much topic. But first thing I do with a buyer, I explain assumable mortgages to them, and I say, listen, there's 160 houses in the zip code that are assumable at 4% or under. Do you want to look at them?
Those are houses for sale?
Sure. All for sale. Yep, I can pull them up right now like that. Everyone, that's assumable. Give me the zip code, boom, I'll pull every assumable. Because if you can buy a house at $1,100 a month cheaper, because the rate is 3-4% instead of 7%, would you buy it? I mean, you're saying $1,100 a month. That's $300,000.
A normal person doesn't know that.
They don't know that. They don't even know there are assumable loans that are existing anymore. FHA and VA, right? That's step number one. Would you fall in love with a house that you like because you saved $1,100 a month? Absolutely, right? And then who did that for you? And I showed you guys that in my referrals, right? Remember, I had the listing that they had 2.875. The other agents didn't advertise. I found the buyer. I brought him to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the perfect example. I found the buyer and I brought him to my listing. I do it all the time. 2/3 of my deals, right? 2 out of 3 deals, I do that. My goal is to do that. Now, does that make sense to you guys? Like where I'm going with it?
100%.
So the first thing you have to do is you have to connect with people. And how do you do that? Okay, you got to break the ice. Okay, the lead you're calling is receiving many calls and is coming from other agents and people who are brand new. It's like people like you guys that are brand new that are given scripts and being taught to talk to people by people who don't know how to do it themselves, right? And then you're getting on the phone and then these people are getting pissed off. You get discouraged because it takes away your confidence when people just say, drop dead and hang up on you, right? It's crazy. You know what I do when somebody hangs up on me? I call them right back. I say, excuse me, did you hang up with me? And they'll either hang up again or like laugh, right? They hang up again, screw them. It's their loss, right? That's their problem. They don't know me now, right? But now the ones that laugh, I said, listen, I said, I get it. I said, I can't stand real estate agents either. Think about this. I got to work with them every day. I got to deal with them. You just got to deal with them once in a while. And they'll start laughing. I say, listen, give me a second, right? If you wanted to learn how to play basketball and Michael Jordan called you, would you talk to him? Would you? Anybody? Somebody answer me.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, if you want to learn how to play basketball,
I'm only 5'9" though, so I'm out of luck.
That's all right. You can be a point guard.
I'm kidding.
But if Michael Jordan called you, you want to learn how to play basketball, would you talk to him?
Yeah, of course.
Well, people consider me the Michael Jordan of real estate. And if you give me 2 minutes, I'll show you why. You got a second?
Yeah.
I have a video I'll play for you guys later. A guy that hung up on me, I called him back, did this, and he called me back 2 weeks later. I listed a $600,000 property 15 years ago on the beach in Fort Lauderdale. I was like, that's like a $2 million property now, right? He called me back after talking to other agents because of the conversation I had with him, just like this. And what you do is you gotta get to them. Anybody hangs up on me, you'll see me do it. So somebody hangs up on me when we're making calls, I'll call them right back. And I mean, Alicia and Tanya, you see me talk to people on the phone. They listen because I take control of the call. Sometimes I'll be like, listen, and I hit the table. People's reaction is they listen, they stop. I don't know why. I go, listen. Like I change my tone. I go, listen. And they stop and they listen. I go, by the time I'm done with this phone call with you, you're going to thank me for the call. Just give me a second to introduce myself to you. And then they stop. Like I use tonality and I stop with them. I just, connecting with them, get to their attention. The first thing I call and I say, hey, is this Kevin? Yeah, Kevin. Hey, Kevin, my name's Philip Simonetta. I was calling to introduce myself to you. Very important call. You got a second?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Kevin, listen. And I pause. Listen. See, I'm taking them on a little bit of a roller coaster ride, right? Kevin, listen. I own a real estate school. I teach, let me do it as if I'm you guys, right? Let me say we. Let me do that because that'll help you instead of me saying I. So Kevin, okay, my name's Joe. Okay, hey Joe. Joe, listen. Kevin, listen. The reason I'm calling you is I really want to introduce myself to you. It's really important. I just need a couple seconds of your time. You got a second? I always give them an option. If they say no, I say, listen, can I send you a text message real quick? If they say no, I'll send you a text message. Let me send you a link. Let me send you a couple articles about myself or
you
about
don't try
our
to
brokerage.
keep going?
I do. I make them want to talk to me more than I want to talk to them.
Oh, because you just okay.
I take it away. Sometimes you got to take things away from people, right? Hey, listen, it's really because I already told you it's really important. You'll thank me after a call. Hey, Joe, listen, it's really important. I'm going to call to introduce myself. Like I said, my name's Joe, whatever his name is. And the reason I'm calling you is really, really important. I just need a couple minutes of your time. I promise you'll thank me after this call. Do you at least want to hear what I got to say?
No, not really. I'm busy. I'm working.
You're okay. I got it. If I could bring somebody to buy your house right now and write you a check, would you take it?
How much?
That's what I want to talk to you about. You got a second?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, listen, Kevin. I own a real estate school. Okay, licensed here in Florida. I actually teach the public to get the real estate license. I certify them for the state. Okay, I teach agents to become brokers. I teach them all their continuing education. I own a real estate brokerage. Okay, we're here in Florida, also North Carolina and Tennessee. I build, I develop, I own restaurants, I own nightclubs. I've been in the real estate business since I was 19 years old. Okay, I'm 48 years old now. Now you can't say that, but I see. I take
do
control
it
of the
in
call.
our end. Do it in our point of view.
But I'm saying you. But this is what
But we
you
have
got
to
to
learn
figure
it.
out.
Yeah.
Right,
We'll
you got to
it out,
figure out your pitch, right? You can say, hey, listen. I work. We own a real estate school, brokers, blah blah blah. My broker partner Phil.
I'm gonna say we're top 5 in transactions.
We're top 5%. I'm actually top 2%. If I do the math, I'm probably 1.5%. Now,
And I'm gonna say we're a team of 10.
That was before.
So that's huge.
Team of 10 agents.
Team of 10.
But you use what you got to use, right? You're going to figure this out as you're making calls. The whole thing is you got to get them on this roller coaster ride. So you connect with them, and then you got to position, right? So you're connecting. Hey, Joe. Hey, hey, John. My name's Kevin. Listen, the reason for my call is really, really important. I just need a couple minutes of your time. You'll thank me after this call. You got a second?
Yeah.
You see it? You got to use the tonality. I'll do it again. Hey, Kevin. Listen, my name's Joe. Reason I'm calling you is really, really important. I just want to introduce myself. I promise you'll thank me after this call. You got a second?
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
you
want to know who it is, right? You like, well, this guy Phil or this guy Jimmy or this girl whoever is calling me. It's really important. They need a couple minutes of my time, and I'm going to thank them after the call. See, all this has happened psychologically.
It's
in
not
their
pressure.
head.
It's urgency.
No, it's urgency, and it's somebody that I think that the guy sounds like he cares. The guy, I want to know who this is, right?
Yeah.
You just want them to.
Genuine.
You got 10 seconds, bro. You got 10 seconds for them to listen to you. How else can you do it? Hey, Kevin, listen, my name's John. I'm calling to introduce myself to you. This call is really, really important. I promise you'll thank me after this call. You at least want to know who they are. What if you want like the sweepstakes and got $10 million or something?
There's no way they say no. Of course, they're gonna be like, "What?"
But I'm just saying, like that's like you get what I'm coming from, though.
Yeah. Because you're like, "What the?" You don't
Like,
get
who
calls
is
like
this?
that every day.
What does this guy do? So I go right from breaking the ice to get their attention, just from breaking the ice to position, because they don't care who I am. They don't care how many deals I close. They don't care I own a brokerage. They don't care, what I do. All they care about is feeling important, feeling good, and getting what they need done for themselves. They're selfish, right? They want to sell their house. They want to get the most money. They hate real estate agents. The deals fell apart. They were priced too high. The agent lied to them. This is all the stuff that they're dealing with. Can you relate to that? That's why they're frustrated. That's why they're angry. Listen, the second somebody knows you can get results, dude, they latch on to you and they don't let go. I'm telling you, every client I have, I'll give you a list of my, call them, see what they think about me. I do other business with them. They go to my restaurants. They go to the cigar bars I open. Like I have relationships with the people I do business with.
Yeah.
I'm not the best at staying in touch with people. You know, like the people that called me today, I haven't talked to them in years. But it was like I never did talk to them. The minute we started talking, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, how you guys doing? Because I'm so busy building and creating, I don't take the time to nurture back behind. You know what I mean? And I should.
Which is okay. They still felt comfortable to call you when they needed you.
They called me up and they said, this is what we need to do. We're obviously going to call you, right? Because what I already done for them, right? That's what counts right there. That's what counts, right? So you got 10 seconds to connect with these people. A complete stranger to, okay, let me know who you are. And the easiest way to do that is, hey, Kevin, my name's Joe. Listen, this call's really, really important. I just need a couple minutes of your time. You're going to thank me after this call. I promise you. Got a second?
You don't say, you know, when we own a licensed Florida real estate school, you don't say, you know, again, my name's Kevin. I'm with Pier 21.
You can't. The minute you say Kevin, Pier 21, you're hung up on.
Why?
Why? Because 15 other idiots just called and said, my name is Joe with this, and Joe with John with that, and retard with this.
Okay. So you just say,
you want their attention.
Again, my name's Kevin. You know, we own a licensed real estate school.
Listen, my name's Kevin. Listen, the reason for my call is really, really important. I just need a minute of your time. I promise you'll thank me after this call. You got a second?
Okay.
That's it. That's how you open the call. Because they're going to say, who's Kevin? Does he know me? Was he referred to me? You know what I'm saying? Does Kevin got to buy the product I'm selling? Like you don't know. You don't know. And then right from there, when you get their attention, switch. Because now you got to tell them who you are and what you do and why they should stay on the phone with you.
What about that part? Do you say I'm with Pier 21 or no?
Not yet.
No.
Next thing I go, listen.
Yeah, because you don't have it here. It's like you hold it off. I guess that's intentional.
They don't care who you are. They don't care if you work for Jim Smith or John Smith. They don't care. They don't care if you're Keller Williams. They don't care if you're
they
EXP.
just want to know what you could do.
They don't give a shit. They don't care who you are.
Okay.
And that's a fact. They don't give a shit about who you are. They need to know you can serve them and get their needs done. Doesn't matter if you're Mother Teresa or the devil. They don't care who you are.
Okay.
And that's the truth, dude. That's the truth. Because I'm telling you, if they knew who I was, they'd be knocking on my door right now to sell their house. Mm-hmm. They don't knock on my door. I got to call and tell them who I am. And then they're like, holy shit, I wish I would have known you before.
Exactly.
It happens to me all the time. I wish I would have known you before. Well, I'm not going to spend $10 million on radio ads. I'm not going to do it. I'd rather pick up the phone and say, listen, my name's Phil. Obviously, we haven't met yet. The reason I'm calling you is really important. Just need a couple minutes of your time. I promise you'll thank me for this call. You see, it's like natural. It's like my favorite song. You know why? When I say that, I know I'm getting 12 grand, 20 grand, 15 grand, 30 grand. It's my favorite song in the world. Hey, my name is Phil. Obviously, I haven't met yet. Listen, the reason for my call is really important. Just need to speak to you. I need a couple minutes of your time. I promise you, you're going to thank me after this call. You see it? It's like boom, boom.
Yeah, you get good at that. Then
how can they not listen to me? This is what you guys got to do. Get their attention. Grab it, man. Take it. Grab it. Make them want to talk to you more than when I want to buy a car. I make the salesman want to sell it to me more than I want it. That's how I get my deals. I make people want to sell me things more than I want the things, because I know that's how I'm going to get my deal. So what I do is I tell them who I got to get their attention. Like that's why my channel on YouTube is called Above the Noise, right? There's all this noise. You got to get people and pull them out. You got to get them above the noise. Get out of all the noise, man. And that's what I do. And that's what we do. If you guys do this, I'm telling you, the money's unlimited.
Money's unlimited. I mean,
it's how many calls you want to make. But you can't focus on the money. You got to focus on the relationships with the people,
Yeah.
the calls with the people, the relationships with the people. Because the people are where you get your money. Because if you have the relationship, you have a contract. The contract pays you. Right? The contract pays you. So you do a deal, you're getting an X percent. X percent's coming as soon as it closes. You got to win the people. You got to win their trust. You got to win their loyalty. How do you do that? Results. Right? So you go right from that conversation. Hey, I just need a couple of minutes of your time, and we're gonna work on this, right? So, hey, my name's Phil. Obviously, I haven't met yet. Listen, the reason for my call is really, really important. Just need a couple of minutes of your time, and I promise you're gonna thank me for this call. You got a second? You see that? That should be the open on every call. Hey, my name's Kevin. Obviously, we haven't met yet. Listen, the reason for my call is really, really important. I just need a couple minutes of your time. You got a second? Try that on a call tomorrow, Kevin. See what happens. Try that on a call. When one of your calls. Try that.
They're okay. I'll try it.
But see, it's a little different.
It's a little different because they're transferred.
It's different. Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell them, well, you just did business with us, Yeah.
Hey, my name's Kevin. Obviously, we haven't met yet. Listen, I know you just got transferred to me, but I promise you, this call's really important. I just need a couple minutes of your time. You got a second?
Yeah, I should probably be a little bit more creative. I've been pretty
tweak it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's listen, do it with this. You're gonna make a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is,
this is awesome. I can't wait.
It's the principle. Right now, the minute they say yes, or look, I'm really busy, I don't have time. I go, listen, man. When I'm busy, I don't pick up the phone. Shit like that. If I'm busy, I don't answer the phone. Come on, man. Like, I'll say shit like that to them. They'll be like, what? Come on, you're not that busy. And I listen, come on, hear me out. And I joke with them and shit. I don't care, right? It's like, what are you gonna do? Hang up on me? I'll never see them again. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care who they are. I just keep going, right? Push. Consistency.
In a sense, to like keep going. I get it.
Look, so right, you got 10 seconds to get their attention by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or if you tweak it, whatever. That's what I do. Hey, you got to talk to me, man. I promise you, you're going to thank me after this call. You get their attention. That's connecting, right? You're connecting. They're going to say, who is this? And then at that moment right there, you got to switch to position. Right? So let me start from the beginning. I'm going to switch right to position. You're going to see it. Hey, Kevin, my name's Phil. Obviously, we haven't met yet. Listen, the reason for my call is really, really important. I just need a couple minutes of your time. I promise you'll thank me after this call. You see my tonality? Hey, Kevin. Like, hey, Kevin. I stop. I pause. Hey, Kevin. Right? And then you're like, who the hell is this? Hey, Kevin. It's like, it happens. It's psychologically like in milliseconds. Hey, Kevin.
And I promise you.
Right. See? Hey, Kevin. My name, and remember, people want attention and they want to feel important, right? They want 15 minutes in the camera.
They are important.
Right. While they're talking to you, they feel that this is the psychology of it.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, my name's Phil. Listen, reason I'm calling you is to introduce myself. And I pause. The reason I'm calling you is very, very important. I just need a couple of minutes of your time, and I promise you'll thank me after this call. And as soon as they get quiet, or you got a second, you see what I'm saying? It's like a game, right? And it'll say, yeah, okay, what's going on? Okay, listen. As I said, my name is Phil. I repeat my name. As I said, my name is Phil. They still don't remember my name, right? Because that's just the way it works.
At the end, they're gonna ask you, what was your name again?
Yeah, exactly. And I just say to them, I'm going to say it like you'll say it. We own a real estate school. So you're not saying I'm a real estate agent. Your house came off the market. I want to sell your house, right? You're positioning as an expert. If you own a school and you teach something, what are you? What are you? I'm not trying to sell them. Listen, Kevin, we own a real estate school. What does that mean? I don't say, what does that mean? We own a real estate school. They're saying, well, what does that mean? What we do is we teach the public the certified courses and certify them to get their real estate license for the state of Florida. We work with the real estate commission certifying them so they can get their license and take their test. In addition, when somebody's a real estate agent for 2 years, we teach them the courses that they need to become brokers if they want. So not only do we teach agents, we teach brokers. And then I'm saying that not to them, I'm saying that to you, right? So agents and brokers, right? They say, okay, in their head, they're saying this guy teaches agents or this girl teaches agents and brokers. Wow. Okay. Wish they would have taught the one I had. That's probably what they're thinking. You know what I mean? Right? So then I say all the continuing education, we do all that. Then we also own a real estate brokerage. We're in the top 5% of production. We have a team of 10 agents throughout the state of Florida. We're also licensed in North Carolina and Tennessee.
Yeah.
What did that just do?
You went from credentials and then how we're different compared to other people, how we can help you.
I gave them more information right there than they got in the 6 months talking to their other agent.
Yeah.
Like, do you see in 20 seconds, got connected, and then you just started positioning, right?
Yeah.
Now, they want to hear, now they got a problem. They're not going to tell you they have a problem, but in their head, they were on the market last night at midnight, weren't they?
So they get a call the morning of that their house is off.
It comes off at midnight. We get it 7 a.m.
So when do they find out?
7 a.m. Well, they know it. They know what their contract is. Sometimes they don't. That's how bad it is. Their agent didn't tell them it expired. I'm no shit.
Oh,
Wait till you call these people. And then you're going to have other ones that the agent put them active again and never told them, never did a contract. That's fraud. But it happens every day.
What? No.
Every day. Dude, you just see my recorded calls. It's all over. You see my calls when I talk to people.
I did see one time. Yeah, but then he removed it before anything.
Yeah, because he was going to get in big trouble.
Yeah.
But the point of the matter is, you got to connect, you got to position. Now, when you get into, okay, we have a school, we have a brokerage. Okay, we're in Florida, North Carolina, and Tennessee. The reason I'm calling you now you get into the reason. The reason I'm calling you, I saw your house you had a house for sale. I saw it come off the market, but I never saw it go on the market. What happened? Do you see that line? I saw your house come off the market, but I never saw it go on the market. What happened? What would that make you think if you had your house on the market with an agent? I saw your house come off the market, but I never saw it go on the market. What happened?
Why didn't you see it go on the market?
Right? You're already aggravated. You're already frustrated. You didn't have showings. Well, why did this guy that owns a school own a brokerage? He's licensed in multiple states. They have 10 agents all over the state. They do a lot of business. Why didn't this guy see the house go on the market? Now what do you got?
That guy what if they ask you, like, why didn't it go on the market? Have you ever been asked that?
I'm not saying it didn't go on the market. I'm saying I didn't see it go on the market.
Okay.
I didn't see it go on the market.
So it kind of gets them to think a little bit.
And you're going to get that question every time. Well, why didn't you see it go on the market? Because in their head, they're already frustrated, angry. Well, listen, Kevin, let me explain to you why I didn't see it. Let me explain to you why I didn't see it.
Because think about it, Alicia. Imagine like you're trying to sell a house and then it doesn't sell. And then you get a call the next day after it doesn't sell. And the guy's like, yeah, but I didn't see it go on for sale. Imagine you put a TV on Facebook,
right? I don't see
and the
every
TV was on Facebook for four months.
Yeah.
And you repost it, and he was like, "Hey, I haven't seen your TV in 4 months. I've been looking for this."
No, that makes sense.
So you want that question? You want that why? Because guess what just happened? Now they want to talk to me more than I want to talk to them. Do you see that?
Yeah.
I own a school. We own a school. We own a brokerage. We do this. We do this. We do this. We have enough balls to call them and have a conversation. It's a very important phone call. He's going to thank me when it's done. It's all in his head. It's all in his head. Pre-programmed. Bang. Right?
That's funny.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
It's in his head now. Right? Now, they're going to say, why? Well, I'm going to say, Kevin, listen. When someone lists a home for sale, they got to sell it twice. Do you know what I mean by that?
No.
All right. Well, first, they got to sell you on the fact that they can sell your home. Then you sign up with them. But then they got to sell brokers and agents and everybody out there in the world that your house is for sale. I never seen it go on the market. Maybe they just put it in the MLS. And listen, that's what most agents do. They do something called the 3 Ps. You know what they are?
No.
Well, they put it in the MLS. They put a nice little sign in the yard, and then they pray to God somebody comes and buys it, that another agent brings somebody. Is that something like did you have a lot of showings? See what I'm doing?
Yeah, you're kind of like concerned. But like you're.
But I'm truly concerned. Listen, I know out of all the people on earth, I'm the best guy to sell that house. I know. I know how confident I am in what I do. I have to show it to them, and I got to get them to let me show it to them.
Well, if you're getting people deals, you're helping them. They're trying to sell a house. Yeah, they're trying to sell a house.
So at that point, they're like, "Wow, man, this is crazy." So well, what happened? What'd you go through? Oh, my wife had a friend that was a real estate agent, or my brother's sister-in-law is a real estate agent, and or this one did this, or this one did that, or it's always somebody.
Yeah.
I go, yeah. Listen, I go, you know, and I'm just throwing things out there right now. Not every conversation goes, but that's what the talking points are for, right? Publicly, I'm not going to go over the talking points for the world to see. This is what we're going to do in training. But the talking points is going to be what you use. If they say this, you say this. It's like a bank. It's like a bank of knowledge. And there's only so many things they're going to ask you. They're not going to ask you, do you like Mexican food or Italian food? They're only going to ask you 15, 20 questions. And when you have those 15, 20 answers of who we are, what we do, why we do it, here it is. Here's how we get this done. Here's how we do this. So Kevin, listen, I know you're busy. You said you were busy. What I'd love to do for you, let me create a full report. It's about 60 to 80 pages. It'll give you everything about your house since it was deeded, anything about houses that were for sale, sold, on the market, pending, and expired. It'll show us everything about the market, everything about your home physically possible. No obligation, doesn't cost you anything. I'll put this report together and I'll send it to you. And then what I'd like to do is my broker and partner, Phil, him and I and you and your spouse, whoever's involved in this, can jump on a Zoom call. It takes 20 minutes. We'll go over the report with you. We'll explain to you everything we do and how we do it. And if everything looks good and we can work together, we'll work together. If not, we part as friends. You know we're here down the line if you need us.
It's free.
How's that? Can I have your email? I'll send you over the report. Boom. Okay.
Do you book the consultation for them?
You book it. You book it on my calendar, and I invite you back to it. That's going to be part of what I'm going to show you.
I'll book it for them, right? I'll put their info, their email.
You go to philipsimonetta.com. You put their email, their name, and in the notes you put Kevin, and you put the property address.
Oh, so always
I'll
have that
see it.
up.
They'll see it.
Okay.
So I know it's Kevin and the property address, and then you're gonna run the report. You're gonna email it to them and me. You're gonna send them a text message with my videos, pre-made texts, pre-made emails. We're gonna get on Zoom with them, and I'm gonna close the deal.
Nice.
And you see them. You've seen them in the training, right? You see the videos where I talk to people with Sean, where I talk to people with Dan, where I talk to people with Omar. They're in there. And you can watch the videos from beginning to end, and you watch me close the deal. I get the contract signs right there.
Nice.
That's how it works. They see my videos. They see all the stuff I do, all the views on YouTube. They see my record. They see the numbers. They see all the reviews from the clients that I showed you guys in the last episode. Like, why wouldn't you deal with us? It's
and
the
the
most
houses
logical
we
choice on earth.
sell, we get more credentials too, because we sold
And
houses.
there's a good chance that I'll save you money because I'll bring the buyer myself and I'll knock a point off the commission. We get back to that, right? Well, what's your commission, Phil? Ask me that one.
How much do you charge?
Right. That's a great question. And let me explain to you. It depends. When we have our Zoom call, we go over different options with you. So we have different options that you can choose to have us sell your house. We have different commission fees. If the commission fee is a little higher, you get more services, more marketing, more advertising, more ability to get more money for the house. If you want to pay a little bit less, we have options for that too. But we're not able to spend the money on all the marketing. But to get into all that, I'd love to jump on Zoom. I can share my screen with you and I can show you all the platforms of what we do. And at the end of the day, you're probably going to go with one of our better but one of our more expensive, because it's going to get you a lot more money for the house when we show you how it works. You don't even have to get into that. You can just say, listen, it's all negotiable, and depending on what listing program you pick, the fees are different. So once we explain that all to you, you decide what you want. Now, what'd you do? What'd you do with that conversation? Well, it could be a little, it could be a lot, and I can save 1% if they sell it. What'd you just do? I gotta have the Zoom consultation now, if I'm serious.
Sign them up.
Right? They got, like, there's so many things: school, brokerage, deals, volume.
Just makes sense.
Videos. Like, you gotta at least have the Zoom consultation to hear it's gonna cost this much compared to this. And here's what they're going to do, and here's how it's going. What they want to know, if they're serious. If they're not serious, it's garbage. But if they're a serious seller, and we just went over all the information with them, they got to find out, because they want to sell their house, right?
Yeah.
How do you take a gift horse, look it in the mouth, and just walk away? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what you're bringing to the table. That's why I'm closing 4 deals next week. That's why there's 2 more closing next month, like already. When other people can't close 3 deals, or they can't close a deal in the year, 75%, they can't close 1 deal in a year. You know what I'm saying? This is why I do deals. That's why I have 19 listings. Because I talk to people and I show them what I do, and I tell them how it's going to get done, and I kill it. And I go and do it. And what you guys got to do is lean on me. I'm your business partner and broker. Why would you be working with me if you weren't a killer like me? Right? That's what people are going to think. Why would I work with somebody that's not wanting to do what I do? Right? So lean on me, lean on my videos that are playing behind me, lean on that. The lady just called me, right? I just played the message for you. The lady and her husband just called me and set an appointment with me tomorrow. I don't even know who they are, because they saw my videos and they know I can get the job done. Right? And by the time I'm done with that tomorrow, I'll have a buyer broker agreement signed, and I'll be working with them to find a house for them. I promise you. Because I'm already sold. So now when you make the phone calls to people, you got to get that information to them. How do you do it? Just the way I showed you. You connect, you position. Connect, position, and then you inspire them to get on that with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That Zoom call is the key. Once we get our clients on Zoom, that's when everything opens up. But you got to get them to that Zoom call. How do you do it? Videos, the text, the emails, the report. The report you send them, now that you're set up in the MLS, we got to get your RPR set up. I'll do that with you. We got to set your profile up. We got to set your email. I got to do this with you. Yeah, Kevin. I got to set your email signature up with your picture, with all the links and all the videos and everything. We got to jump on. We got to jump on Zoom and share the screen, and I'll walk you through it.
Okay.
Now, because you're set up now, right? You have full access to the MLS.
Yeah, I could log in.
Right.
I don't know much how to use it, but
I'm gonna walk you through it. You're gonna use 20% of it while you're
that's what I'm thinking. There's a lot, but it's like, oh, okay.
I use 20% of the MLS. 80% of it, I don't even know how it works. I use 20% of it for what I need. I don't care about anything else. That's how it works. It's just the way it is. I mean, you can learn all of it, but for what? Yeah, no. It's like learning how to use chopsticks, but you don't eat Chinese food. Who cares?
Can you search for a specific criteria?
Yeah.
In MLS.
I can search for I can search for everything that is assumable in a second.
My search bar says put in the MLS number.
Yeah, well, they have the class. They have classes that teach you all that stuff, but we focus on sellers. We're not worried about buyer side.
Yeah,
so It's not even. I don't care. I can do it, but I don't care. It's easy to do. You have to go through the class to do it. I don't have the time to teach that. I teach what I teach to make it work.
Yeah.
But there's classes on there online. You can go on there 3:00 in the morning and go watch it. To learn it. But what I would say is focus on what I'm teaching you, so you can make money. Then you can go worry about learning. Yes. But the whole thing is, do you guys have any questions like about connecting with people, position properly? And this isn't just for real estate. This is like in everyday life. right? You got to connect
This
with
is all
people. You got to
sales.
position properly. It's anything. Your whole life's a sale, right? You're dealing with people. You got to sell yourself to people. So you got to position yourself properly, connect with people, position, get involved with them, make them want to work with you. And do you see how we do that? But here's the best part of it. It's all the truth. You're not bullshitting them. It's the truth. It's transparent. You're explaining everything to them. That's the difference of what I bring to the table. Because most people are going to tell you stuff and then they don't deliver. Most people just want to get the listing signed and they don't see them again. And they hope they sell it, right? Like,
Yeah.
I call my clients every Friday. Hey, listen, it's Phil. Obviously, we haven't had much showings. I had a few calls on the property. Nothing's going on. I just want to keep you in the loop and connect with you. I don't want to leave you hanging out there, even though nothing's going on. I at least want to tell you that. I don't want you, wondering what the hell
And
this
it's
guy
better to
doing.
be honest.
Yeah, listen, you can't lie to people. The truth always comes
Be
out.
honest.
Always. Truth always comes out.
Yeah.
That's no matter what in life. Just be straightforward. Because if you're not, you're going to get slammed later. Everything comes out. Everything. It's just a matter of time. So sleep good at night. Don't look over your shoulder. Be truthful to people. It's better to have the hard conversation because every hard conversation you have makes your character better. Every hard conversation you have will make your character better, and you feel good after you have it, honestly. Even though you don't want to have it, after you have it, it's like, wow, I'm glad I did that. And then the people are glad you did it too, even if it's information they don't want to hear. I just had a deal canceled because the chimney's messed up and the roof needed replaced, and they didn't want to pay for it. And you have to be
The
truthful.
seller?
I had the buyer on it. I had the buyer on it. And the roof was bad. The roof was bad. The chimney was bad. And it needed some other work. And they didn't want to go any more off the credit. And it wasn't going to appraise anyway. So
Yeah.
we just
Isn't he
canceled it.
forced to fix it, repair it?
No. It's optional. You can't make them fix it. It's an inspection period. You find something wrong. You say, look, I want $20,000 off. They say, no, you walk away. That's why I don't work with buyers.
Okay.
That's why I don't work with buyers. I don't want buyers. But when they call me, I deal with them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't advertise for buyers. You never see me, hey, let me show you a house. I never do that. But when somebody calls me, I tell them how I operate, how I work. And if they want to work with me, here you go. Sign their contract. This work.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I don't advertise for it. Like that's an example. I did all this work. I went to an inspection. I wasted my time. Went to the house twice. How much time? I wasted paper. I had to print stuff out. Like for what? Half a tank of gas for what? 3 hours of my life for what? I could have got 3 listings in the same time I wasted running around. You see what I mean?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's the stuff that happens. But I did it because it was a referral. It's somebody I know, and I said, okay, let me go do it. Eventually it'll close. Eventually it's going to happen. I'll find them another house. But it's not like, it's not like my priority. I'd rather get on the phone and get 3 listings. Right? Make 3 times the money in the time I'm going to sell that house. 4 times the money, right? Because my time's valuable. We only have so much time. Right? Any questions? How to connect? It's not easy. It's a simple concept, but it's not easy. You gotta be on the aggressive. You gotta be on the push, on the front of it, right? But this is real estate sales. I mean, it comes down to sales, 90% sales, and then the rest of it is paperwork, right? But lean on what I'm doing. Lean on my videos. Lean on my articles, my newspaper articles. Lean on everything I'm doing, and then it doesn't become so hard of a sale. Connecting with them, position them properly, and then turn the fire hose on and give them all the information. Does that make sense? Because there's no one in this business that does what I do. I mean, it's just a fact. It's just from the school to the brokerage to the closings, and everything else. It's very hard to find someone that does everything. And when people see that, they're like, wow, okay. I wish I would have dealt with you before. I get that all the time. And you just got to be able to lean into that. If you can lean into that energy, into that presentation, and that's it, Now I think next Monday night, we're not going to go live. What we'll do is I'll send you guys a Zoom link, and we'll be on Zoom because I want to go into detail on this with you.
Yeah.
Right. I want to go into the talking points and explain them to you. Here's talking point 1. Here's why we do that. Here's talking point 2. Here's why we do that. Here's talking point 3. This is why we do that. If they say this, we jump to 5. You know what I'm saying? Like you go back and forth. They can tell you, hey, the sky is green. Oh yeah, okay, great, wonderful, yeah, beautiful. Next one, right? You just keep going. Like the talking points leads them to the Zoom call, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think we just need to practice now.
Yeah, that's where we're going to start Monday.
Yeah.
Just taking action now.
Yep. That's all it is. It's just talking to people, man. Like, it's just talking. It's just being friend. Like, as long as you like people, and I don't like people sometimes. I don't like a lot of people. But
I like people too, but to a certain extent. So I feel you.
Yeah. And you know, the problem today is nobody cares. You know, like if you look at the world today, you know, people used to care. They used to have some kind of empathy for people. Now it's just like people are selfish. They don't care.
People are selfish.
It's crazy, dude. And as long as you come across like transparent and you really have to care. Like everybody I talk to on the phone, I care. And I want to help them. And it's not to make money. Money is the byproduct. Right? If I get the contract, I'm going to make money. If I sell the house, I'm going to make money.
Yeah.
That's a given. Right? It's a contract. Those people have to know you really care. When I call somebody up, I care about it. I treat their deal like it's my own house. I beat the deal up for them like it's my house. Like, what would I do? And I tell them, well, this is what I would do. This is this. Here's what I think you should do. Here's why you would price it here. And then we would try to get a couple people to come in and bid on it. Like right now, I have a house that's $15,000 less than all the houses in the neighborhood. And I had 3 showings today. I have 1 offer possibly coming. That's the one with the air conditioning problem. The lady took pictures. The air conditioning's leaking a little. 7 years old house. It's because it's clogged up. I got to go down and take care of it. But that's the stuff. I have 1 offer coming. I have 2 other people that went to see it that I might have an offer coming. Now we're $15,000 less than the other 3 houses in the same neighborhood. What do you think is going to happen?
More people are going to go to your showing.
Right. Well, one's going to offer 309. One's going to offer 315. One's going to offer 320. Now we're at the same price everybody else is at. But we got them all in the door because they went to look at all of them, and we were 15,000 less.
Interesting.
That's strategy.
Yeah.
Right? So you go a little bit less, but then, that one's 325. Okay, you know what? I'll give them 320. It's reversed because there's 2 other people bidding on it. Well, the other one's 325. Let's give them 320. Well, if I buy that one, it's 325. Okay, let me give them 325. They'll go back and forth. Next thing you know, you're at 330 because they want the house. That's how you strategize. That's how you make deals happen for your seller, right?
Yeah.
So It's not always just list the price and come down. There's different strategies in different situations. Come down a little bit and then get a couple people. There's still you get 2 people want a house. They're still going to go up. You know what I mean? They're going to go up. They know it's worth a little more. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it
Any
definitely does.
question?
And everyone's situation is unique and different, so it really just depends on the situation.
It's the truth. Nothing's the same. No deal's the same. Nothing. Always something. Always something. Like the deal that's closing. It was closing next week. It's closing Friday. Why they wanted to close sooner? Things happen. Things come up. Right. That house was fine. I had to put a new sprinkler gauge on it in that house because the thing was like not programming right. So the seller had to put $150. It's sitting on the kitchen counter. They're going to install it themselves. That happened on that deal. You know, things happen on deals. Things happen. Deals fall apart just now, like I told you, right? The one fell apart. The short sale's under contract. I got 5 offers on it. Remember the short sale I was telling you about? I got 5 offers on it. We got 340. It's under contract. They're reviewing it.
That's awesome.
Right. And that deal, I was going to get 2% on it because I discounted it for the seller to help the seller. Now I'm getting 4%. because the bank's paying me for it in the short sale. So
That's
I doubled
awesome.
my income on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's great.
From 7,200 to 14,400, because I took the time to get the short sale approved, did extra work. I doubled my money.
Yeah, you cared and you took the extra mile, which is what you have to do in this business. It makes perfect sense.
And that was after the lady lied to me. The lady lied to me.
I remember you saying that.
She lied to me, telling me, "Oh, this is the payoff." And then when the real payoff came, I got the real payoff, but the extra payments weren't in it. And then it blew the deal up. And she lied to me. And I said, "Why didn't you tell me that before? I would have done a short sale before."
So
and
she doesn't get paid on the short sale?
She loses money. The bank's taking 10 grand less than she owes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the short sale is.
That's a short sale. Short sale means the bank.
Does she owe that?
It's not good
Does
for
she
the
owe
seller.
that?
No, she walks away.
No, that's what the short sale
nothing.
is. She just doesn't.
That's what a short. Yeah,
It avoids the foreclosure as well.
Right. It took me 30 days to get it approved with the bank. I did. I got it approved with the bank, and now I already have the approval letter. Now I just got to get the buyer, put it together, and done.
But you get paid still, right? She doesn't go foreclose.
Right, and I negotiated my fee with the bank. The bank started at 2%. I got 4%.
The bank pays
pushed
you.
them to 4%. Yeah, because the bank lets her walk away. The bank pays me. The bank pays the other broker. So the bank wanted to give me 2%, and they wanted to give the other broker 2%. I got the bank to give me 4% and give the other broker 2%.
What do you tell them in that situation?
I told them, if you want the short sale, you want the deal, I'm going to do it. It's listed. I got it. You want to do the short sale, or you want to go to foreclosure? What do you want to do?
How would the bank benefit in that situation?
Because if they go to foreclosure, it's going to cost them 50, 60 grand over time.
Yeah, foreclosure costs way more money than a short sale. Oh yeah.
Because they're not going to get paid for 2 years. The house is going to get beat up. They got to take the house back. They got to put money in to fix it before they sell it. So the bank's better off taking 10 grand less, paying me 4%, giving another one 2%, and washing their hands.
Yeah, the bank saves money in the long run in a short sale situation.
Yep. The short sale might cost them 30 grand. The foreclosure is going to cost them at least 60.
So the buyer gets a steal?
And 2 years. And it's going to take them 2 years.
So the buyer gets a steal pretty much?
The buyer on that, in this case, they paid what the appraisal was. I had 5 offers. One offered 275, one offered 300. Now, if it's on the market for a year, somebody might be able to get it for 250. But
That's
this house
cheap.
is a five-bedroom house, and it
Cheaper.
appraised at 393 9 months ago. At 340, it's a steal. It really is. I think the appraisal was low, but that's what it is now.
Yeah, nice.
It's a really nice house, man. But somebody
Can
got a
I
good
see
deal on
it
it.
later, if you don't mind?
It's on my
already
Facebook
sold?
page.
Oh yeah.
Go on my Facebook page. It's Christie Lake. Look at the Christie Lake house. It's on there. 2362 Christie Lake. But I think I showed it the other night. I showed it on here, I thought.
Did you?
On the thing the other night, I think I showed you guys. Yeah.
I probably.
But did this help you guys? Like, is this information is this helping you?
Yeah, we just got to review the scripts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely helpful for sure because it's like a refresher. It's also, I feel like, just surrounding myself with people who are like-minded. It motivates you, it keeps you going, and it makes you want to stay consistent.
We're gonna make money, Alicia.
Yes.
And everyone.
Because we care.
We're gonna help. We're gonna help
Right.
people. We're gonna
help people, and that's where the background I came from. It was from helping people, trying to help them not lose their homes from foreclosure. So that's why I know a lot about foreclosure and short sales, and I know it does cost the bank a lot of money to do a foreclosure and a lot of time.
You gotta connect with the people so they trust you and like you.
Yep.
And then you gotta position yourself properly so they know you can get the job done and they have confidence in you.
Right. And have empathy
from
for
there,
people.
And that's it. And they got to know you care. Like make them feel special and important. That's it.
Because they are special and important.
And if you do that genuinely and you do that caringly, but you're delivering the results at the same time,
right?
You're going to help them out of a situation that they thought they couldn't get out of, and they were nervous and scared and panicked.
Right.
There's a lot of panicked, nervous, and scared people right now with their houses listed with agents that don't know what they're doing.
Especially with inflation and everything.
It's so much happening right now. They can't afford the assessments. They can't afford. There's a lot happening right now for people. And if you're that soothing minute for them on the phone, hey, my call's really important. I need to speak to you. I promise you'll thank me after this call. Just give me a couple minutes of your time. But you got to know what you're going to turn
into.
But you got to know what you're going to say next. You got to know it. You got to know this like it's your favorite song. Because you're not like, okay, they say, okay, what do you want to tell me? And if you stumble, it's over. You might as well hang up and go to the next one. Don't let them hang up. You hang up, right? Because
sorry, I messed up. I got to go to the next call.
Don't even
move on to the next
listen.
one.
Hey, my name's Phil. The reason I'm calling is really important. Just need a moment of your time. I promise you'll thank me after this call. Got a second?
Yeah. Usually I get people to stay on the phone with me when I do say that. And then sometimes people are working, so they'll let you send them a text message. Sometimes you don't hear back from them. It really just depends. I think that's like you explained to us too. It's just volume. The more calls you make, the more you're going to get.
It's volume, but you got to connect and position within that first 25, 30 seconds. Here's okay, we do this, and this. Boom. And then that's going to make them say, okay, I want to hear more. This is different. How many times when I call people, this call was different?
Yeah.
Something about the way you hear that. Like
Yeah, no, it's true.
You just got to have that confidence. And the only way you're going to get it is by doing it. My first calls, I hung up on the people. I screwed up, I hung up on them. And then I went to the next one. It just, once you start making money, once you start closing deals, you're going to be like, holy shit.
I just want to earn the money because I'm helping people and being good at it.
The money is the byproduct, like I said. The money comes because you're doing the deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I show them if you guys want to see the short sale?
Yeah. You want me to pull it up? I can pull it up.
This house is huge.
Dude, the house is beautiful. It's in a cul-de-sac. It's Adams Lake is the development. I can tell you everything about it. What do you want to know? 340
The house
grand.
is huge.
Yep. Hold on, let me pull you up. I don't know how to pull you up. It's not gonna let me. That's good. Yeah, it's big. It's 5-bedroom. Has an in-law suite and downstairs, separate entrance.
Look at this backyard.
It's a steal at 340.
Oh, it's sold at 340. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it appraised for, and that's what we got for it. People offered less.
Jacksonville.
This is Adams Lake. It's off of
This is your
20
area.
or is it 17 on the other side? Yeah.
I'm in Orlando. Are any of you guys in Orlando?
Yeah. Tanya, you're down that way, right?
I'm in
down that way.
I work in Kissimmee. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're neighbors.
Yeah.
Francisco's in Kissimmee, and Frank, you're down there, right? You're in Orlando. Three of you guys. We're outnumbered tonight, Alicia.
Yeah, I know. I'm in Jacksonville. I'm right around the corner.
Good. We can help each other.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
I'm telling you, 100%. There's so much opportunity, guys. Francisco's in Orlando. Who else is in Orlando? Dan's in Jacksonville. Steve's in Jacksonville. Omar's up here. Sean's in Tampa. Yeah. But any feedback from you guys before we go? Anything you guys want to talk about? Any questions? Anything you want to share?
No, mainly just thank you for your time, and because we know you're really busy to come and teach us this and really drill it into our heads, because it really is appreciated, and I'm very grateful to be a part of your team and to just expand and keep learning and growing.
I wish I had more time to spend with you guys individually to really. Time is so limited, everything. It's just crazy. And if there's anything more I can do for you, just call me.
I appreciate that.
I want to give you as much help and guidance as I can, but I can't. I gotta spread with everything.
Yeah,
that's why. That's why
between all of us.
That's why I do this
Philip all day. He always answers.
I do,
yeah. No, you do.
Like 8 to 10. That's why I'm doing this now. Like, this is the only time I have. After I'm done working, after I'm done doing stuff, 8 to 10 is the only time I have where would be doing something else. So I'm trying to figure a way. What I want to do is Monday. We're not going to be live because I don't the proprietary stuff. I don't want to do live. I just want to make sure you guys print these out.
Okay.
Have them printed out for Monday.
What about that first workbook you sent us? Did you want us to print that out as well?
You don't have to. That's more. Yeah, that's more for taking notes and stuff, and if you want to use it.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
The talking points and the how to create a listing appointment. They're in the prospecting
I
process.
have those printed out already, so I'll make
Yep.
sure I have them for Monday.
And we're going to hit it hard. We're going to go through it, and we're each going to do it. I'm going to do it,
Okay.
and each one of you guys. And I just want to get you rolling in it. And then what we'll do is, I guess we can come in here to this link. I just won't go live.
Okay.
So that way I want to set another link up. We can come in here. I just won't go live. We'll just sit in here and talk.
Okay.
Okay.
I won't record it. Well, I can record it actually and not go live. So we can
Okay.
have a recording of it. We can do that. We'll record it for us for training. But we won't
Okay.
go live. That's all. I can do that. I can do it as an inside recording.
All right. Perfect.
And in
sounds
that
good.
way, because I don't want to share that stuff, like exactly what I do, unless people work with me at my brokerage. Like when I teach other agents outside of my brokerage, I teach them how to write their own talking points.
Right.
Like my talking points are ours, and then you guys lean on me. But agents that work at another brokerage, I just go through a process with them to teach them how to create their own for them at their brokerage.
Yeah.
Right? With their own stuff, because they're not going to lean on me. But when somebody works with me, I mean, that's why when agents work with me, they make more money because they're leaning on me and I hold more commission.
Yeah.
You know, I hold more. Even when we're splitting our commissions, we're making the same, if not more, than the other agent on the deal. And I'll show you that. I'll show you that on Monday night. I have the closing documents from the next 3 closings. I'm making double what the other agents make. So when I split my commissions with my agents, we're all making the same. Them, us, and each. So we're making together the same each that they're making. So we make double, and this is how I roll. That's how I do business. That's my commission structure. And when I deal with my clients, they're okay with it. Right? That's how we do it. Because I know how to hold commission. I know how to make deals, right? And
I learned how you
build
explain that to them.
It's the truth. I build my value. I show what I do, and this is my price. You want it or not? You know, you want to buy a Gucci bag? You want a bag from Walmart? What do you want? You know, came off the same cow, same leather. It's just a different logo on it. You're gonna pay $5,000 or $50,000. What do you want to do? But the thing is, I'll get you $50,000 more for the house than that guy will. That's the difference. You might pay me $10,000 more, but I'll get you 50 more, or 40 more, or 30 more, right? I'm not gonna put a sign and pray. But yeah, that's it, man. All right, so if that's it, guys, we'll wrap this up for tonight. And then Monday, we'll come back here and we'll just do it differently. We're not gonna go live, and we'll just start working on the script part. Kevin, I'm gonna figure it out either Friday or Saturday. I'm going to make calls, guys. I don't know if it's gonna be Friday or Saturday yet. I'll know tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have to go.
Text or email.
Saturday, I'm supposed to go up to Georgia. I have to do something in Georgia, but I don't know what time. So if I can do calls earlier, maybe we'll do them a little bit earlier. And I don't know what time I have to leave yet. I'll know tomorrow.
You're not. Are you licensed in Georgia too?
No. I just have
Tennessee,
some stuff
North Carolina. Okay.
Tennessee and Georgia, I could get. It's just a quick test. If I wanted Georgia, it's a quick law test. It's nothing. But I don't do anything in Georgia.
Do you get a lot of listings in the other states?
No, I use that for people who are moving from here to there. North Carolina, I do some stuff. I don't really advertise or market there. My brokerage here is licensed there, so I don't have an office there. I don't have agents there.
Okay, but okay.
I mean, I could put a manager there and do it. I just don't want to. I don't have the urge to. Like that's why New Jersey and Pennsylvania I'm getting, because I need to do business up there. I have some deals I need to do up there, so I might as well get the licenses. Plus, New Jersey, somebody lists a house, there's 5 offers on it. It's the opposite of here. So you put a house, on the market, they're paying $100,000 more than the asking price. There's still bidding wars up there. It's the opposite market.
Can I get my license there?
Anybody can. It's just like it was here 2 years ago. Jersey and Pennsylvania is both like that. There's no houses for sale, and when a house goes for sale, people are just paying more. It's crazy. But I need to do it up there because I'm buying another bar. I have my bar and restaurant with my brothers. I'm buying another bar, and I'm buying a portfolio of real estate in Pennsylvania. There's a $7 million portfolio of real estate I'm buying for me and my brothers, and it's already like it's all residential and commercial, and it's rented out already. And I'm buying it from one person. One person owns it, and they want to sell it all. So they approached me about buying it, and I'm buying it. Like I'm in the process of doing that now. So by the end of the year, I'll have that all. Another bar, restaurant, which is a couple doors down from my bar. Now it's right downtown. It's another bar right there, and then there's other properties throughout the city that I'm going to buy. All one shot, one contract, or it's going to be 7 different contracts, but all close the same day.
Nice.
So it's a big jump. It's a big jump for my brothers. I want to set my brothers up like with this. My brothers, and then their kids. It's going to be their inheritance, you know. So it's a big jump, but I need to do it. I need to do it for them. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not just this that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Restaurant, the pizza business, bars, like there's so much I got going on. It's not just this, but yeah, I'm still closing 100 deals a year. Go figure, right? When other agents can't close any full time.
100 is crazy.
So, yeah, it's crazy. It is, but I work my ass off. It's what I do. I do deals. People come to me. You know, I have a couple sellers I'm dealing with now. I sold 3 houses for one, 3 houses for another, 2 for this one, 4 for this one. Like it's all multiple deals. It's not, you know, put deals together. You know, it's never just one deal and done. When I build relationships with people, it's always multiple stuff because they know I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So if I could just get you guys to jump into that, to tap into that and lean on me, you could do the same. There's no reason you can't. Because before we go, think about this. If I call somebody up and say my name's Frank, or I call somebody up and say my name's Kevin, or I can call somebody and say my name's Atanya. I mean, nowadays I probably could, right? Or my name's Alicia. Yeah, like I can call people up. They don't know who I am. Frank, you can call somebody and say you're Phil. Kevin, you can say you're Phil, right? They don't know the difference. All they know is the conversation, the perception, and the connection and the positioning. I can call and say I'm Frank all day long. They'll think I'm Frank. So that shows you all you need to do is know how to deliver the talking points. Now, you can deliver the talking points and set the appointment, right? But what's going to happen if you set the appointment and you don't have somebody to lean on like me? You're stuck. You're nowhere. It's useless to set the appointment, right? But that's why you have me to lean on. Talk like I'm talking, do what I'm doing, use the information I'm using, and get them on the call with me. I'll close it right there in 15 minutes. Watch the videos. Every one I do, I close it. Ask Sean, 100%. Ask Omar, 100%. Because I give them what they need, not what they want, what they need. The truth and a strategy to get it done. And if they're serious, they do it. If they're not, it doesn't even get that far. My system eliminates the unserious people. I don't even want to waste my time with people that are serious. You know what I mean? So if they're not serious, they're not going to go through the path. If they're serious, they're going to latch on and we're going to close a deal for them. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what you do. You got to deal with serious people that want to get things done. Not wishy-washy people, not people that think they want to do something, or not people that don't have 2 pennies to put together. You know what I mean? Not desperate people. You want people that know what they need and got to make a decision and got to get it done. Right? You don't want to deal with problems. I mean, the bigger the problems you deal with, the better the solution, the bigger the money. But you don't want to deal with problems that are useless, like problems that you can't fix. Right? There's a lot of things like that you can't. Somebody owes, now you can do a short sale, but if they don't have any money, I mean, what are you going to do? Right? If you can't get a short sale done, they're going to go into foreclosure. Nothing you can do. You can help as many people as you want. You can try. But you got to know who you can help and who you can't help. You can't help the world sometimes, right? You can't put yourself out to help somebody that's unhelpable. But you can give them the advice and say, hey, here, look, this is what you got to do. And I can't do that, right? I'm not possible to do that. Does that make sense? Not every deal is a good deal. Remember that. Not every deal is a good deal. So,
all right.
And on that note, that's a good note to leave on. Not every deal is a good deal. So, all right. Sounds good, man. I'm really happy to be here with you guys. Spend some time, man. Have some conversations. Have some fun.
Thank
And
you. I'm happy to be here too, Phil.
I hope it's contributing to you. I hope this is like, bringing
I know
value
it
to
is
you
for
guys.
me, so thank you, and I appreciate it very much.
Thanks, Phil.
You're welcome, guys. And I'll see you guys Monday, and we're gonna tear into this stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
sure.
I hope everyone has a great night.
All right,
Thank
and I'll
you.
shoot you guys a message once I know time, if Friday or Saturday. I'll shoot
For
you
the
guys a
live
message.
calls.
The live calls, and we'll do that on Zoom. That'll be on
Okay.
Zoom.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then,
All right.
well, no, it can't be on Zoom. I got to do it here. See, I keep doing. I got to do it. We got to do it here if we're going to do live calls because I can't go live unless I'm in this program.
Okay.
All right, so let me end this here. I will see you guys. If you guys want to hang out a second, you can. And then if not, I'll see you guys. I'll let you either over the weekend and then definitely for Monday here. Okay.
All right. Awesome.
All right, guys. Everybody
Thank
have a good
you.
night. Thanks for coming by and checking us out.
Thanks.
See you guys.
You too.
See you guys.